Investment Challenge Day 14, and we'll continue talking about companies that you requested. Today's topic. First is a short update of Matse and Mauritz. And then today's stock will be Novo Nordisk, Anoto Group and Catena Media. First, a short recap of Matse. I spoke about them, I think it was yesterday or the day before that, speaking about trading in the dark without knowing the offer or who was doing the offer. And Axfood was obviously one of the candidates who could be behind this. And today it was made official. It's Axfood and the bid is 17 kroners. So obviously the stock is trading at 17 kroners now. And this has been a really good deal for all the people that were long in this stock, because it moved from like 12 to 17, so it's up about 40% today. And this is also illustrates the reason that the insider trading is so sensitive, because if somebody knew, and a lot of people obviously knew that it was Axfood and the offer was 17 kroner, then you could make a lot of money doing 40% up just over a day. And when the offer is made public this morning, for example, it's so fast up, you will not be able to profit from this. You have to, if you want to gamble, you can buy before the offer will be official, but you never know when or at what price. But you can always gamble on these rumors. And if you did, you made a lot of money. And then we have Mauritz, the pride of Sweden. It's down 5% today, a little less now when I checked a couple of minutes ago. And they reported, actually, according to me, kind of a decent report. But it was not as good as was expected from them, so the company dropped. But if you believe in Hormone, I think this could be a decent spot to pick it up, because I think 5%, to me it seems like an overreaction. I didn't think it was that bad. And then the stocks, these were requested from Facebook. Novo Nordisk, the equivalent of Hormone in Sweden maybe, not business-wise, but really good, solid company. Everybody loves it. Yeah, good company. And Anoto Group and Catena Media. Today, I'm a little more familiar with the companies for different reasons I'll explain later. But still, I have to repeat what I always say. Do not listen to me. I do not know what I'm talking about, and do not invest based on what I say. Do your own research. Okay, let's start with Novo Nordisk. Diabetes medicine or insulin is the major part of this company. But they also do hormone treatments and inflammation therapy. And this is a really old company. It's 90 years old and is represented in 180 countries. The current valuation is 640 billion Danish kroner and traded at a P of 17, and you have to look back as far as 2009 to find this low PE. So a lot of things happening in this company. And if we look at the graph of the chart, we see a big drop here from trading up at 400 down to today's price at 249. And what happened here? If you read the report, they say that they feel that the market environment in the United States is challenging, and that's a big understatement. There's issues in the United States. I will get back to that one too. They are expecting a single-digit growth in sales in 2017 and also a flat operating profit growth. And still, it might seem strange that it's dropping, even though they project a growth in sales. But you have to remember that when it comes to stock, it's already priced in here that they will continue performing as they did. So when they tell you, okay, we are not expecting this anymore, it's going to go down, because we're not trading at what's happening today, or we're trading at what's going to happen in the future. And they also changed the long-term goal of 10% down to 5% of the operating profit growth. And that is, like, as they say, long-term, so not just 2017, but in the future. They don't expect to be able to do 10% anymore. And that's kind of a big thing, because that was also priced in the stock price. If we look at the sales, 50% comes from the United States about it, and 50% the rest of the world combined. And for some medicine, this is the big debate right now, some medicine could be as much as 15 times as expensive in the United States as it is in the rest of the world. And of course, this is not gonna, people are not going to tolerate this for however long. Sooner or later the price has to drop, and this is Hillary Clinton spoke a lot of this, and also actually Donald Trump has spoken about it too. So we will see a lowering of prices of medicine and pharmaceuticals in the United States, but we don't really know how much yet. And it kind of makes sense that if you're Novo Nordisk, that such a big part of your profits are coming from the, or your sales coming from the United States, because if you can charge 15 times what you can in the rest of the world, that's a margin right there. So that's how you make your money. Of course, you will focus on the United States, and also if you have a population that's really obese, they're going to have more diabetes than the rest of the world. So it kind of makes sense that the USA is such a big market for them. When it comes to what they sell, is the insulin is 80% and the rest is 20% combined, so more or less diabetes. A small comparison to some of the competition, Pfizer trading at P33 and Sanofi at P23, so higher valuation than Novo. It's gone down quite a bit since the drop, and this has always been like the big issue with Novo. Everybody likes it, but it had always a big valuation. Maybe it was too expensive, but as we can see now, this is not the case anymore. It doesn't look like it. And what could be the turnaround of this company? First of all, they're firing 1,000 people, and that's a lot of savings. And I found old diabetes numbers, but if you look at 1980, 108 million people had diabetes, and 2014 422 million people had diabetes. That's a big increase in the numbers there, and it's not slowing down. People get more and more obese, and that makes them get diabetes, and that's not changing. If you look at the world average of the diabetes, I said the USA would probably be a good market, and they have a 10% of plus of the population have diabetes, and the world average is 8.4. So the world is not really that far behind anymore. So when it comes to the potential market, the rest of the world is also a decent place to look for. And we have the risk of this. It's always been another company could also make diabetes medicine, but that's nothing new. This is probably priced into to the stock price at this moment. And also the slicing of the prices in America, that's also, I feel, kind of priced in. The only time I feel we can have a really crash in this is if we get some news that, okay, prices of medicine in the United States will be it's going to be 1/10 of the price today, then it would obviously fall very much. But if we look at the sales right now, if you would half the price of the medicine in the United States, it's going to only affect half the market. So it's not really that enormous. Of course, it's not good for the margins, but it wouldn't be a catastrophe. And I don't think it's going to be that steep. They're not going to half the price of the medicine. So that's basically what I feel about Novo. And I made a statement in the financial newspaper Börsen here in Denmark. They asked me, when are you buying Novo Nordisk? And I said, at 200 I'm a big buyer. But actually now it was more the fact that it was kind of free falling in my mind. I didn't know where it would stop, and below 200 is obviously too cheap. But here it looks like it's stabilized sort of, and I might start buying somewhere around here because I like the company. And it's not like a one-hit wonder. They are going to continue to grow, and they're going to continue to make money. And this is a typical company that I can put into my really long-term portfolio. I don't mind having this for 10 years. But as of the challenge of 1 year it might be too early. It could go down more. Seems like everybody's waiting for what's going to happen with the United States, and when they know, then they'll buy or sell. So I'm careful with this one. Then we have Anoto Group. This I know for a totally different reason. I traded this stock a lot about a year ago because it moved big time, both up and down. It was really fun. They do a smart pen, and the picture here actually illustrates exactly what it's about. More or less, you take notes to a paper, or regular piece of paper, and it appears on your computer or on your tablets. And they do not sell to customers, they license this product, and that I think is a good idea from them. The valuation was about 350 million, and it's a really popular stock amongst smaller investors. If you look at the owners on Avanza, it's about 10,000 people own the stock, compared to enormous Swedish company SCA, at about 8,600 people own that one. And that's really strange if you look at the graph here, because it's been awful performing. If you compare it to SCA, it's been running really well. They're not making any money, obviously. And the technology, there's a lot of talk about this, because a lot of people think that this will be the new standard. Every time you buy a new computer or a tablet, you'll get this pen. And if this happens, then this is a good investment at like nothing at all price. But this has been the argument for buying this stock for a very long time, and it's just not happening. And even if it does happen, sure, they will have done this for quite some time, but someone else could also do it. I don't know about the patents, if they're super good, or why only Anoto would profit from this. So I'm not looking so much at the technology. And I don't know how many times I've seen the interview with Bill Gates talking about how he thinks the future will be these pens, but that's a long time ago and it still didn't happen. But that doesn't mean that it's impossible to make money from this company. It's very easy actually to make money from this company, because it will make these spikes like here and here and here, and we will have a rumor or a PM sent out. There's a potential huge deal will go down, and then people will start buying the stock. And that's a good way to make money from this. Buy the rumors and then just sell on the facts. That's a classic way to trade this stock. And but I wouldn't buy it now and hope for a PM, even though it's more or less all-time low. I think it might even be all-time low to get a cheap price, because we don't know when the next thing will happen, what's going to be the next trigger. And even if this is going to be some kind of fingerprint thing where they make the same product for a lot of time, and all of a sudden everybody wants it. Still, even with fingerprint, I wouldn't have invested like 2001 and waited for the big upswing. I would have waited and see it take off and then buy, even if that makes it I'm losing 10 or 20%. I'm still not tying up money. I'm not risking a drawdown. I'm just riding the wave when it started. So that's, I might even trade this stock if it start moving again. But as of this moment, I'm not touching it. And then we have Catena Media, and they do casino marketing. Kind of new to the market, already a value of 4.3 billion Swedish kroner. And what they do, they are an affiliate, I would say. And I know this company because I was really involved with casino a couple of years back, and was involved in starting up a couple of casinos even. And if you're an affiliate, you will make money without providing the product itself. You make money from sending potential players to the site, and it's actually a really good way to make money. Because if you're a casino operator, if you are Betsson, for example, you are going to have to provide service. You're going to have to provide software. You're going to have the licensing. There's just a lot of stuff that can go wrong. And also there's regulation in all the countries, and it's always changing. But if you're an affiliate, you have nothing to worry about. more or less. No licensing, nothing with pretty much the law except for where can you market what, and still we will make a lot of money. So actually when I was active in casino, when we closed down more or less or sold, we kind of said that we should have been an affiliate instead. Less hustle and more money. The operating cost of running one of these is not as much. Okay, so this is the graph. As you can see, it's kind of new and it doubled in size. It was IPO'd at 40 and it's above 80 now. And it kind of makes sense because they are growing like crazy and making more money. So I'd even say that it's probably correct. It probably should look like this. And that's crazy because normally I'd say something double in size in a year is just wrong. It's gonna crash. But Catena Media, I feel, is kind of decent up here. The business model is good, making money from both the affiliate marketing, sending players, also selling names and emails of lists, and also the marketing itself from banners. So business model is really good. The risk here is they made such big growth during this year that if they're not able to keep this up, this is exactly what we saw with Novo Nordisk. It's already priced in that they continue to grow like this, and if they do, this is going to be an awesome journey for them. And also they are not directly but indirectly connected to the betting companies and therefore exposed to the regulations. And that means that if a market in United States is shut down, it will indirectly affect the affiliates. And what scares me here is that this company is doing so well, and if you look at Betson or Unibet or the gaming companies, they are struggling right now because the gaming regulations are terrible and it's more competition. And I don't see why this, who is so closely connected to the gaming industry, could perform this well, while the gaming industry itself are performing poorly. So that's the only risk I kind of see in here, but otherwise I like this company. And we'll just see. If it comes back down 70, 60, I'm definitely buying this company. So that's it for today. A little longer episode. Hope you took the time to watch it. Thank you.